For the most part, a day looks like we wake up at about 5 a.m., sometimes 4:30 a.m. if you have breakfast chores. You eat your breakfast made by the best cook ever, Jeannie and Jonathan. After breakfast, we go into the field at about 7 a.m. We mount up in the vans and we go to a brand new field area that pretty much all of us have never seen before, and we stay there from about 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. is when we're done. So all day you're out in the hot sun and you're doing a lot of hard work. You got your rock hammer, you got your hand lens, and you're just walking up and down every hill and ridge you can imagine to just get the lay of the land and try to figure out what the heck is going on here so you can make the best map that you can make. And once you're done in the field and you're hot and sweaty, you get to work on it. Back at camp, you get to draw a lot. You got your colored pencils, light and even coloring, and you pretty much work on it until your chores and dinner time, and afterwards, if you're lucky, you'll get some sleep. Then you do it all again the next day, and sometimes we have half days where you only spend until 12 p.m. in the field, and you spend the rest of the day just fully working on your map back at base camp, and you turn it in at 6 p.m. And everyone's in the same boat as you. I don't think anyone is struggling any less than anyone else. So when you have each other, this thing it makes it worth it, for sure. Everything you've learned in the classroom is necessary, but nothing out here is perfect. You know, there's no very few textbook examples out here. But when you do figure it out and you're working with people who you've gotten to know really well, everyone's super close here, at the end of the day, when you turn in that map, it feels really, really good. And so this is something you can be so easily proud of. And starting this September, I'm going to start a PhD in planetary science and astrobiology at the University of Washington. I did that because I want a career in planetary geology. So specifically, I'll be studying Venus's transition from possibly habitable past to an inhabitable today. If you have questions just about the Earth you're living on, the nature you're in, I think geology is the way to go because it's such a broad interdisciplinary field. It's such a broad career path. And so, like, I'm going into space. A lot of my friends are going to hydrogeology. A lot of my friends are going into volcanology. We all took the same degree, but we're all doing such different things with our lives. I highly recommend this for sure. I just described that this is a challenging point right out here. This is very, very hard, but I think this might be the proudest I've ever felt in my life, for sure. Maybe getting into grad school is maybe like first proudest and this is second, but it's such a worth it experience. Yeah. Definitely when you're like going up the hill and it's 90 degrees, I get it. There are times you just are like, why am I in geology? But for the most, like, at the end of the day, I could not be happier with geology. There's just so much to discover about our planet, and now I can take these discoveries to outer space.